Hey guys, it's Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so that YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. And if you guys could share my videos, share my channel with anyone. I'm trying to grow it as much as possible, and I definitely need your guys' help in doing so. Getting started with our daily market update. Today is Wednesday, January 18th. I know it's another late video. We have a jam-packed video. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the news today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The daily market cap for all cryptocurrencies is $968 billion. This is a 2.77% decrease. There was some news today that definitely affected the cryptocurrency market, and we'll dive into it, and that's why I truly believe the cryptocurrency market went down. Bitcoin right now is currently trading at $20,846. The lowest Bitcoin hit today was $20,557. Ethereum is trading at $1,530, and XRP is trading at 38.42 cents. Bitcoin reached a high earlier today of 21,500, and Ethereum reached about $1,650. So the news that affected cryptocurrency we'll talk about after our crypto bubbles. Getting into our bubbles, we'll see that the majority of all coins are down. Again, this is due to some news. Kava is going to be our biggest gainer on today, 10.5%. FXS is up 4.9%. APT is up 4.4%. We have a couple small gainers here, but our biggest losers on today, RPL, this is Rocket Pool. We talked about it yesterday, how it was up by a lot. I do believe that a lot of people who invested in this token right in the beginning of the day yesterday, when it went up quite a bit, took their profits. People got in on the hype and started buying the token. If a token's going to be up anything above 15% on a day, I would not buy into that token. Again, no financial advice. You guys make your guys' own decisions with your guys' own money. But if you're buying in on a token that's up 15, 20, 25%, it's already hit its rocket for the day. It's not going to moon really anymore the majority of the times, unless there's some major news announcement that's going to keep on coming. The majority of the time, the token's going to go back down because people are going to take their profits. And then you get back in when it starts to dip a little bit for that next rocket ship back up. Again, 90% of all tokens are down. The reason why, the US came out and said that they're going to announce international cryptocurrency action. So they released a statement. So they basically released a statement. The US Justice Department will announce a major international cryptocurrency enforcement action on Wednesday, it said in a statement, adding that the US Treasury will also make an announcement. So basically, the US government came out and said, hey, we're going to make an announcement about something with crypto. Stay tuned. This brought fear, uncertainty, doubt into the market. This is known as FUD. So a lot of the cryptocurrency community uses FUD when they talk about things. So if you ever hear FUD, it is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So a lot of people didn't know what was going to happen. And again, I was one of those where it's like, yeah, you know what? This could be bad news. And the majority of the time when the US Department, or especially the US Treasury, talks about something, the Treasury mainly brings bad news about inflation. Just recently, we've had some decent news about inflation dropping percent-wise each report. But normally when they come out and say that, hey, we're going to release a statement, it's bad news. So what did a lot of people do? They decided to take their money and just get out of crypto. Now, some people stayed in. I definitely stayed in. I understand that crypto is going to be around for a while, in my opinion. So I kept into the market. So, there was a slight decrease in crypto, again, down 2.77%. But overall, crypto started to rebound today. So overall, I'm not too concerned about it. And that was because when they came out with their statement, the U.S. Department they announced that a founder and majority owner of a cryptocurrency exchange was charged with processing over $700 million of illicit funds. His name is Blitzo, and he was arrested in Miami for alleged operations of money transmitting business that transported and transmitted illicit funds, and failed to meet U.S. regulatory safeguards, including anti-money laundering requirements. So they came out with a statement saying, we got some news, and a bunch of people got scared into the market. They started selling, which brought the price down of all cryptocurrencies. Then the news came out, and not a lot of people still understand what this news means, but it's not very terrible news. Obviously, people are coming out and using cryptocurrency for different aspects, and a lot of it can be criminal. And, it doesn't matter. People use regular US dollars or any type of whatever currency is traded in your guys' own country that gets used for illicit activities. So realistically, do I think this should affect the crypto world? No, but obviously it does right now because crypto is being talked about and there's a lot of people that don't really understand cryptocurrency completely. So any bad news for cryptocurrency is bad news, and even sometimes good news is. But this is Stuart Alderati. He's a general counsel for Ripple. He also heard about the Blitzo for the first time today, but despite all the funny memes that are going around the Department of Justice actions to make it clear that they will prosecute those who exploit the crypto ecosystem to commit crypto crimes, that's good policy. And I definitely agree with this. And it's good seeing somebody, especially who's in a lawsuit right now, who's representing Ripple, to come out and say this, because anytime a company or person commits fraudulent transactions or criminal offenses, they definitely deserve to have a trial and be prosecuted if they actually did commit those crimes. So it's good seeing, especially someone who is still in a lawsuit with the federal government, come out and say, you know what, I do believe that this is good for the ecosystem, especially for cryptocurrency, that we do hold people accountable for their actions. Some news today, excuse the promotional post, but Ripple opposes the motion by investment bankers declarant, which seeks to shield from public view his name, position, employer because he voluntarily submitted the declaration in support of the SEC's summary judgment motion. So I read through this. In my opinion, I'm not a legal expert, but what I got out of this was that somebody came out and said that to the SEC, like, hey, I want to put in a declaration of support with you guys for summary judgment, but with my opinion that I'm coming to you guys and I want, put into the court of law, I don't want the public to know my name, my position, or my employer. So I basically don't want them to know what I'm doing. So we basically have a John Doe coming out and saying things in support of the SEC and in this lawsuit against Ripple, but no one's supposed to know who he is. So he could be some Joe Schmo, ice cream truck, driver, and delivering ice cream to kids down the corner. We don't know who he is. So he might not even be a financial expert. He might not be a cryptocurrency expert. He might not even be any ties with the law, has no clue what he's talking about. But he wants all of this stuff hidden. So in my opinion, this is really funny that the SEC wants to hide this person. And that Ripple has to fight for it. Getting involved, the SEC filed an opposition to third-party A's motion to redact all references to third-party A as entity and proposed redactions by third-party A and Ripple to the names of certain public crypto trading platforms. So again, in my opinion, this is the SEC basically just trying to hide behind curtains. They don't want the public to actually know what's going on. They want to hide all of this information. And as a federal agency that wants to protect investors and their safeguards, this is really funny to see because they're basically hiding, again, like I said, behind curtains. So it's going to be funny to see what Judge Torres has to say about these motions. And that's going to probably be coming out here pretty soon. So we'll go ahead and just wait and see with that. This was really nice to see. So this guy's name is Charles Gasparino. If you guys watched my previous videos, I talked about him once. He joined Fox Business as a correspondent. Um, and he's basically coming out and saying that the more I delve into the SBF FTX implosion, that's Sam Bankman-Fried, who was the CEO and founder of the FTX exchange implosion, and hear how he met with the SEC government. So Sam Bankman-Fried met with Gary Gensler and the SEC not once but twice, and it's hard not to realize that the SEC really botched its regulatory agenda going after Ripple over unregistered XRP when serious issues of potential fraud always resided with exchanges. So I kind of like this. I kind of like to see that this guy finally started to change his mind. He really turned really sour against the XRP community, saying that it's definitely great news that the SEC went after Ripple and the XRP token. And it's great to see now that he's kind of come around and realized that the SEC has met with Ripple before and met with Gary Gensler and talked about how bad Ripple is as a company, and now is changing his tune when he started to realize how corrupt the federal government really was and the SEC was with Sam Bankman-Fried, because they knew about what he was doing, in my opinion. They kind of shielded it. He was giving out money. It came out, and I talked about this in my video yesterday, that he has gave out 1/3 of congressional members of Congress donations to their campaigns. So Sam Bankman-Fried and his family gave out 1/3 of donations. So 1/3 of basically the federal government that we basically elect into Congress, the House and the Senate, were in his pocket, is what I got out of that. And that's crazy to see. And to go after Ripple as a corporation, they're not the ones that are really at fault. We have the FTX cryptocurrency exchange that's stole $8 billion worth of consumer funds. We have Gemini going under right now. We have other platforms that are in lawsuits, that are filed bankruptcy with investors' money, and basically there's no known agenda what's going to happen with that money, where it's going to go, if it's going to go to pay for those legal fees for those crypto exchanges. The CEOs of crypto exchanges are making millions and millions and millions of dollars when one crypto exchange goes down, another one forms. We talked about that in my last video. So it's finally great to see that somebody who wants to be part of a news organization come around, and I hope he does spread the news in that news organization. Crypto Law ended up coming out and releasing a video about Brad Garlinghouse. I'll post all these articles and stuff in the comments, and I would really recommend you guys reading them. This video is 1 minute and 15 seconds. This basically has Brad Garlinghouse explaining that he met with the SEC not once, not twice, but 3 times, and asking if XRP is considered a security. And obviously they didn't say anything. So XRP kept on doing what they were doing because that's what they were told, and now they got sued. So John Deaton, he gives his opinion on it. He is a lawyer. He comes out and says that the SEC will be denied summary judgment on whether Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, they both work for Ripple, were reckless in not knowing XRP was a security. The fact that BG, which is Brad Garlinghouse, met with the SEC 3 times and never once did they say XRP is a security as evidence, a reasonable jury would conclude he wasn't reckless. Now, this is just his opinion, because the judge can definitely change her mind on this. But in my opinion, I do agree with John Deaton on this, that it's going to be nice to see what happens in court. This is the article that will be posted accompanied with this. Basically, when it says that the document comes to light, I think that you guys would see more of kind of like how it is possible the SEC's decided to bring a case against Ripple given what they knew within their own walls. This is talking about the Ethereum free pass speech. Do your guys' own research on that. I'm hopefully going to come out with a video on that soon. I just been super busy and I have not had any time other than creating videos for my daily market updates. But I'm going to try to create a daily market update and other videos to add on to. So sometimes I might have 2 videos a day, and that's going to be explaining the XRP lawsuit, the Ethereum free pass speech, the FTX collapse, and then the deep dive into the top 100 cryptos. Getting into Watcher Guru, if I were you guys, I would follow Watcher Guru. He talks about a bunch of the stuff, and he gives you guys just like little snippets, and you guys can always click on his little articles here. I'll post these. But Binance gains regulatory approval to offer crypto services in Poland. This is just another country now that is involved with cryptocurrency, and Binance gaining regulatory clarity in there. Binance, in my opinion, is the biggest exchange and probably the most trustworthy right now. I would trust Binance over Coinbase right now. And I know not a lot of people would say that, especially if you live here in the United States. I think Coinbase is more user friendly, but I think Binance as an entity is a lot bigger and has more dominance in the market. And I don't see an exchange like Binance ever going under like I did with FTX. That's why I've never used FTX. And I know a lot of people didn't, but I also know like they had $8 billion worth of funds. So a lot of people did. So do your guys' own research on what exchanges you guys want to use. I would recommend taking your guys' money off of exchanges using a cold storage wallet like a Ledger. But that's just me. So do your guys' own research on that. But Bitcoin surpasses JP Morgan in market value. So Bitcoin essentially is worth more in market value than JP Morgan is. Ethereum development company and MetaMask creator Consets is supposed to lay off 11% of its staff. This is close to what happened with Microsoft when Microsoft came out yesterday and said that they're going to lay off 11,000. I don't know how much is on their staff, and general, but 11% of your staff, you're basically cutting out a tenth of your guys' employees. This is, again, not good news. Depending on where this company is at, it's definitely going to affect their unemployment. This is good news out of Texas. Texas government proposes allowing Bitcoin as authorized investments in the state. Now, this is just a proposed law. This does not officially say that it is considered legal tender or you guys can invest in Texas for Bitcoin. But in my opinion, laws created being um, talked about in Congress and then passed will be great news for the crypto regulatory, because a lot of people in crypto will say regulations are bad. Well, no, regulations help with safeguards and investment confidence in the markets. More people are willing to invest their money as long as they know it's somewhat safe. It's, like if you put your money into a bank and the bank goes under, the federal government will bail you out. They did in the 2008 financial crisis. But if an exchange goes down, okay, there's no money, there's no safeguards for investors in that aspect. So people who are invested in FTX are basically up ship's creek without a paddle. They're basically screwed right now until that money somehow makes its way back, if it can at all. Over 600 U.S. law enforcement entities use a secret system to track American money transfers. Again, nothing is safe. It's nice cryptocurrency. A lot of people say, like, cryptocurrency, you can transfer money without people knowing. It's all on a blockchain. If you're really tech savvy enough, you guys can figure out where monies are being transferred from what wallet to what wallet. It's all accessible by the internet. So as long as you guys have access to the internet and blockchain, you guys can definitely track where money is going. Um, Twitter revenue falls 35% in quarter four. This isn't really any news because Elon Musk owns all of Twitter, so revenue falling. He's, one of the richest people in the world. This does not affect him in any bit. He bought Twitter because he wanted free speech. And it does come with a cost, obviously 35%. I do see Twitter going up in value, though, and he's definitely going to make his money back if he ever chooses to sell it later on. Crypto firm Genesis, we talked about this. They were going under. They lost a bunch of money. They just they started their plans to file for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And the U.S. Fed officials expect inflation to drop 3.5% in 2023. This is great news, especially for investors. As inflation starts to drop, more people are willing to put money into the markets. The National Australian Bank launched a stable coin fully backed by Australian dollars. This is great news. We definitely need this. We need some sort of transparency with stable coins. So basically, right now, the Federal Reserve can just print money and turn on the money printer and just say, hey, we can print all this money, but what's it being backed by? Officially nothing. Now, I know this doesn't truly help anything because technically, if Australia wanted to, they could print more Australian dollars and just say it's backed by these dollars that were just magically printed. But in my opinion, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that their stable coin is going to be backed by their Australian dollars, and they're not going to print any more Australian dollars in the near future. And I hope that this happens in the United States, but only time's going to tell. I'm going to go ahead and post this video also. This video is 6 minutes and 12 seconds. This is Brad Garlinghouse talking at the World Economic Forum. And he basically talks about how it's a healthy exchange to basically what happened with crypto. And you guys need to have tough conversations about this. But you need to focus on coins with utility and technologies that solve real problems. This is avoiding your meme tokens like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. I know Shiba Inu, we talked yesterday in our video, said that they're coming out with some new project that they're going to launch, and that's why the price went up, but people took their profits and it dropped right back down. So as long as you guys invest with coins that have utility, solve real problems, you are better off with prices going up for those coins and your investments increasing in value. Now, you could still lose money. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people that have lost lots of money, but I also know a few people, or quite some people that have gained money in the markets. It's all timing the markets, just like it is with stocks. There's no real difference between stocks and cryptocurrency, in my opinion. Obviously, one, you're investing in a company, and then in cryptocurrency, you're investing in projects. So there's a little bit of difference. But in my opinion, this is good news. So I'm going to go ahead and link this video as well. And I highly recommend you guys watch that. And the last bit of news, We're going to talk about Ripple is building outside of the US very rapidly, giving opportunities we see. We're not going to try to chase the shiny things this year. Plus, he shares that Ripple's approach to helping develop CBDCs, these are central bank digital currencies worldwide. So, as if Ripple can help develop these CBDCs in other countries, this is more money that is going to be used on the on demand liquidity, which will in turn increase Ripple's price. Brad Garlinghouse talks about in this video right here that he's not really concerned about the price of Bitcoin in this near term. He's not going to give, speculation on if crypto is going to go up or down in the month or the year. He's more talking about crypto long term, and that's why he wants to focus on utility and investing in Ripple with creation of CBDCs. This will again increase the value because as more money gets put on the XRP ledger that solves real world problems, it will start to increase Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, this will start to increase the XRP price. But all cryptocurrency will start to go up, and hopefully all cryptocurrencies can start decoupling, which means it doesn't go up when Bitcoin goes up or goes down when Bitcoin goes down. And I definitely see XRP leading that way. Um, but Brad Garlinghouse also talks about how, there are cryptocurrencies that will fail. And that's again focusing on utility. And in this video, he also talks about, not chasing the shiny things, but Brad Garlinghouse talks about how Ripple's still operating like it would if, it doesn't go well with the SEC's lawsuit. Like if the SEC wins its lawsuit against Ripple, which I don't personally think is going to happen, but there's always that chance that it could. I would recommend um, watching the videos from I swore I can't why I cannot think of his name right now. Just look it up really quick. Jeremy Hogan. I could not believe why I could not understand what it was. But he does a thing called legal briefs. He does a bunch of videos and he talks about what's going to happen. Watch his final take on the XRP case, and he gives percentages on what he thinks is going to happen. He really thinks that Ripple's going to win outright, but there's still that that chance or that opportunity that Ripple does lose its lawsuit, and that's not going to be good news for Ripple, but Ripple will still operate as a company whether or not it has regulatory clarity in the United States. So I think that that's good news and that's positive for people who are investing in cryptocurrency. So, again, sorry for the late video. I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end of the video. If you guys could, again, like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Thank you guys and have a good rest of your guys' night. Thank you and goodbye.